Hey, it's your boy, Sergeant Hooked on Heroes. Thought I'd try something a little different today. I'm not personally taking the kids today to my in-laws, so I thought we'd do a on-the-go review. So we're going to do a review right now of Kamen Revice, episode 50. I'll say it right now, although Revice has had a lot of ups and downs, you know, some really awesome highs, a few lows that were like, gah. To me, personally, this is just me, to me, I've enjoyed the hell out of my time with the show. I definitely think it's probably the strongest in terms of actually meeting its goals, in terms of its themes and things of that nature. So I think it did a good job there. But I've really enjoyed the ride. You know, there's been some kind of iffy episodes here and there, but honestly, even my favorite seasons like Build and like Forza and stuff and X8 have iffy episodes. They all do. So let's just jump into the meat of the episode. So for episode 50, we're leading off from last week, and Ikki and Vice are, you know, fighting each other, right? So they're both in their ultimate Revice forms, and we see Vice hit Ikki. Ikki hit Vice with the rider kick from the Giffard Rex stamp, you know, the ultimate finish thing. And if you notice in the transformation sequence for Ultimate Revice, the armor goes over their base Rex genome form, you know, suit, if you will. That's kind of what happens here. They knock each other basically out of Giffard Rex, like Ultimate Revice form armor. 1 second, let me get my cruise control on. Alright. And, yeah, so they, knock each other out of the armors, right? And then we get this really cool sequence where they go back and forth trading off different genome forms, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool to see that, especially because now Vice has his own driver, so he can actually switch into whatever form he wants to, whereas before he was beholden to whatever Ikki transformed into because they were linked that way, right? So, pretty much right away, Ikki both simultaneously figures it out and plays along with the whole thing Vice had set up with the whole, you know, plan to make him think everybody was dead and give him a reason to destroy Vice so that Vice would be gone and he'd get his memories back. So as they're fighting, they're seeing little memories here and there kind of go throughout the show. It's almost like kind of clip showy in a way, but it was pretty emotional, pretty high stakes, and I really liked it. So during their fight, trading off different genomes and everything, of course we had to throw a fart joke in there, I don't know why. And he finally ends up defeating Vice. And the last thing we see was when Vice was forming the contract with Ikki initially. And Ikki's very upset about it. He doesn't want it to happen, but he knows it has to if he wants to remember his family. So similar to Genta with Vale, I think I kind of called this. I thought I talked about this, that it's possible they'll go that way. They totally went for it. Vice is done. Like, Vice is dead. Yeah, he's sealed within Ikki, but he's not, like, out and about like he was before. Like, he's fairly... It felt fairly O's-like, which I thought was impressive because Revice has always come off as a more lighthearted, comedic way of looking at riders sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. So to have the stakes be that high and them to actually go for it, I was really impressed by that, especially with the emotional value of like the dialogue and how the scenes were put together for this finale. So that happens, he gets his memories back, and it jumps forward about 6 months or something like that, and a few things have happened. Daiji and Hiromi have recreated Phoenix from the ground up, now known as Bluebird. And their organization dedicated to helping people and rebuilding and blah blah blah. Tamaki and Hana are part of it. Actually, they've gotten a lowered sentence basically for their crimes by being a part of Bluebird. So I think that's pretty cool. We get a fun scene where they're talking about the name of it, and Kagero comes out of nowhere with Daiji and is like, "Really, Bluebird? Why not call it Blackbird?" Like, just to be a dick. Kagero just has to make his presence known, you know what I mean? That's one update. Another update is Yukimi has actually helped join Genta's channel, his YouTube channel or whatever, basically. A lot of people are saying as a cam girl, but it's not really what it is. She's just being a part of his channel now. So that's pretty interesting, and it's cool to see Genta still doing that, even though he knows who he really is and everything. And it was cool to see that the Deathstream driver really, he can use it whenever he wants to, and he can still be a badass with that last episode. But anyway, so that happens. And then the last thing we see also is Ikki, throughout this series, we know that he wanted to play soccer, right, professionally and all that. And he actually meets up with this like real life legendary soccer player who, if you look throughout the series, he had posters in his room with the guy. That's who inspired him to be a soccer player. And now that all the stuff is done with the demons and Kagero and, you know, not Kagero, sorry, demons and, you know, Gif and Oteka and blah, 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 he can maybe pursue that, but he feels like he's too old for it now. And the guy basically tells him, you're never too young or too old to pursue your dream. Like, you know, you've earned this. You've earned this. And I really like this because, like, what I think what is really strong with Revice is not only is it strong about the family aesthetic as far as, like, different relationships between, like, brother, sister, the siblings and their parents, the parents and their, you know, their offspring and stuff like that. It also does a really good job of really instilling into Icky what it means to be a Kamen Rider. Like, my man was ready to throw everything away, every single shred of his ability to remember anything about his family and the people he cared about, just to keep people safe, to save people. And you gotta really respect that. That's why, honestly, I might do an updated primary Kamen Riders, like, tier list kind of a thing, and talk about that, because he's definitely up there for sure. So Icky decides to do it. And they're like doing a grand reopening of the spa, which I don't really understand because I didn't think it was ever in danger, but they might have closed down for a bit when everything was going on with GIF and everything. So anyway, and during that time, we see a bit of Vice's personality come out of Icky for a minute, showing that he's clearly still there, just not as present as he was before. And we also know there's going to be a winter team-up movie with him and Geets anyway, so clearly somehow Vice is going to be a part of that. I'm hoping they go more of the O's route than just like, hey, guess what? I know that was sad in the show, but fuck all that, he's fine. You know, like, I love Build, but Build's V Cinema's kinda like shit on the ending a little bit, and yeah. So anyway, last thing we see is the handoff between Icky and Geets, actually. Ace comes through, and Icky has this box, and he takes it from him, and what we know now is that it's a box that will have the raise buckles from Geets when Geets starts up next week, actually. Oh my god. Inside of it is the, we know that the rider gimmick, Legend Rider gimmick this time is like little baby versions of the drivers. So it's a Revice driver raise buckle, and he takes it, and he puts on Magnum, puts on, you know, Revice driver, and we don't see him transform. We know there's probably a suit, or at least a CGI mock-up, because we've seen it on some toys and stuff like that, like toy packaging. But yeah, so he talks to him for a little bit, letting him know kind of a little bit who he is. It's just the basic handoff thing that they do in Rider, where like usually untransformed they see each other, or sometimes transformed, which we've gotten both Revice, because in the summer movie with, you know, King Diagamon, Kimura, Geets was in that as well in suit. So now we've gotten an in-suit cameo and a, you know, the actor playing him cameo. So yeah, overall, I really dug this finale. I was really worried they were gonna like shit the bed with it, and I really was really scared we were gonna get another stupid Reiwa tradition of, you know, oh, here's the final, real actual final form, base form, but just with a little tiny splotch of paint on the left nipple. Like, stop. Like, realizing Hopper, at least realizing Hopper they kept in, what's it called, Real X Time as like his going forward base form, because now, Izu is 02, you know? So, like, that's fine, and it works. But, ooh, I really hated it in Saber. Anyway, so I'm really glad they broke that tradition. I hope that Geets does not do it either. I'm hoping that they understand that that was stupid and dumb and nobody liked that, and just don't, please. Although they're not really concerned with the opinions of anybody not within the demographic that are buying the toys, until we buy them enough toys that they notice us, senpai, Toei. But anyway, really good finale. I was really impressed with it. Again, I think my primary thing with Revice that holds it back a little bit is the order of events and the pacing. I think that there's some times where, like I said, there's a really awesome, like, you know, starting action cool thing, and then a really cool end, and the middle of it just either A, makes no sense, or B, either is too short or too long. Like, the whole thing, the two-parter necessary with Subaru Kimura, like, come on, did we need a two-parter for that? And then also, like, just other things here and there, little arcs that could have worked out. To me, I think that most of these ending arcs here before the whole, like, that happened after GIF, could have happened before defeating GIF. And then we could have had, you know, Revi, Vice, Ability Live, Muteki Jean, Juga, Over Demons, and Aguilera, the 7 of them together defeating GIF would have been pretty cool too. But I'm not mad about it. We did get an announcement, a little thing here. I'm going to give my score too. My score, probably going to give this a solid 10 out of 10. This is probably one of my favorite episodes we've had in a while, and I really enjoyed the finale. I'm gonna be sad to see it go. I really am. I hope that the Geats theme song is a banger. Goddamn. But anyway, we did get some information on Saturday when this premiered. That we're getting not only a V Cinema with Kagero and Kagero/Daiji and Hiromi, which seems to show his inner demon, which we thought was destroyed, but clearly not. Not only are they getting a V Cinema together, talking about that whole situation, but they're both getting new Vice stamps. So we have this, I think it's like giant spider and giant bat, whatever it is. I don't care. They're cool looking, they're pretty, and it's going to be an upgrade form for demons. And I love demons. I have the demons driver, so I'm probably going to somehow find a way to get that stamp. So we got that. They also said if the some certain fan Toy Tokusatsu fan page something got to some like 100,000 subscribers, they were going to do a Juga versus Olteka special, and that happened. So now we're going to get a Kamen Rider Juga versus apparently Kamen Rider Olteka special. So because Olteka, I forgot to mention this too, is mentioned being in jail, and it shows him in prison basically. So yeah, so that's some good V Cinema stuff we're getting. It's not only the winter movie, but also the live/evil and demon/Hiromi and his demon V Cinema. So that's pretty cool. And that's the cool thing with Revice now, is that things are fairly well tied up, where they can kind of do whatever the hell they want in V Cinemas, whereas some other Rider series kind of have to like finish up other story beats they didn't finish during the season. They pretty much finished up everything in this, and I really like it. So overall, I really enjoyed the episode. A really good finale. So coming up this week, I'm going to try to get a longer video out about my full thoughts about Revice. I'll be focusing on characters, aesthetics like suits, drivers, blah, blah, blah. The story, and fight scenes, music, things like that. Just a basic series overview of my thoughts overall and where it sits in my like rider rankings, if you will. And also Don Brothers. Clearly, I'm going to record my review for Don Brothers because that was a fun episode this week too. Yeah, and I probably will do a short video on Power Morphagon, some things that got revealed there. I'm going to try to put something like that together as well. There's some really cool things revealed there. But anyway, let me know in the comments below, what did you guys think of this week's episode of Revice, the finale for it? Did you guys love it, hate it, in the middle? Leave the comment below what you guys think of it, and also, what do you guys think is going to happen in the V Cinema? What do you guys think is going to happen in the winter, crossover movie? And what are your hopes and dreams and desires for Kamen Rider Geats, with the whole Desire Grand Prix and all that kind of stuff. So let me know what you guys think about that. But anyway, until next time, you stay hooked on them heroes. I'll talk to you later. Bye, 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 bye.